State police showed up unannounced, and they came in and had my father sit down, and they told him the news that my brother had been found, that his body had been found in northwest Arkansas in Beaver Lake, and he was deceased. Explosive grief, disorientation, shock. Worst thing I've ever seen.
And this case remains a mystery. Some peculiar circumstances here. We've now learned that missing ER doctor from Missouri died from an apparent gunshot wound. A kayaker discovered Dr. John Forsyth's body in a lake in northwest Arkansas on Tuesday after he failed to show up for his afternoon shift at Mercy Hospital in Cassville last week. So his car was found, we know. It was unlocked on May 21st. It was near a city-run public pool. Inside his car were all of his personal belongings, his wallet, 2 cell phones, a laptop, some other personal items. Authorities are still investigating what happened in the week since he was last seen, and they are investigating every angle. I want to bring in attorney Stuart Kaplan and also former FBI special agent as we walk through this case and try to get a better understanding. Stuart, as I'm reading reports, and this brother has been very forthcoming with news media about some things from the past, and I think the major headline is the brother says Dr. Forsyth had mentioned that he was kidnapped in 2022 and then released. That seems like a pretty significant lead in this case.
And good morning, Marni. It is. And as I always have said, even on your program, I would, just kind of be patient. Law enforcement has a lot more information in connection with this investigation. We tend to come to a quick conclusion or judgment with respect to seeing what we see as just a normal person, a very successful, a professional, obviously a doctor. So we think everything is normal. But I would consider that there's an alter ego, and maybe what we see in front of us is not necessarily what may be going on behind closed doors. There is an alter ego to this doctor. And I think law enforcement is trying to track down those leads and those individuals that he may have been acquainted with or associated with.
So everything is on the table. It always is at the start of an investigation. His brother said he had made some enemies in the cryptocurrency world. Is that at least one place investigators will start?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no doubt, a doctor who gets off an early morning shift, generally most doctors will want to go home and get to bed. And obviously, this doctor had another scheduled shift later in the afternoon. Or if there were children, most doctors want to get home, try to assist in getting the kids to school or off to camp or whatever it would be. The fact that this doctor left the hospital and drove to an isolated park and left his wallet, his keys, his phones, his laptop in the car, even if someone was to meet up with him and the plan was for him to get into their car and drive off, certainly most people logically would lock that vehicle, take their personal belongings with them or anything of any value. It seems obviously this vehicle that I do believe has been identified will lead to identifying and apprehending those individuals or that person who may be responsible for his abduction and, unfortunately, ultimately his demise.
So a couple of things that I hone in on based on what little police have said for obvious reasons. One, they have said they don't suspect foul play. They also haven't said if the gunshot was self-inflicted. What does that tell you?
Well, again, Marni, and, my hat's off to law enforcement. In this day and age, law enforcement receives a lot of pressure from all of us because we want instant gratification. We want these cases to be solved as if we're watching a Netflix movie. And that's just not the way the real world operates in connection with trying to resolve this type of potential homicide. And so law enforcement has to perhaps send out some misdirection or some misinformation for the obvious reasons. And I will just tell you that in this day and age, with technology and video surveillance and license plate readers and cell phone technology, it is not too often that a crime in this day and age goes unsolved. It may take some time. It may take some patience. It may take us to resist coming to a knee-jerk reaction or decision on what may or may not have happened. But I can tell you that the law enforcement community in connection with this case is on track to resolve this case.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.